Hi everybody, it's Linda here, and I know it's been quite some time since I've been on. Everything is good, and I hope things are good with you. So I had an idea of something to do, which includes, well, I'm working on a journal right now. I have a couple of them up on my table over here, but this one, I just wanted to add some different things, and as you can see, I've done some. I'm going to show you how I did this. My hair is stuck in here. Okay, so I've done some hearts, and so this is what we're going to be doing. And then I did some painting, and then I cut the painting out and I added it. So I'll be doing little things like that, and I'll probably be doing some doodling in here, but I wanted to show you how I did that. Okay, so I have some punches. I have one that looks like a flower, and I have one that is a butterfly. I got my hair is all over the place. Okay, so let's cut out some flowers. I haven't used this in a while, so let's see. Let's see if I can get this out. Did that work? No. Maybe I should just turn it over this way. Let's turn it this way. Okay, why is that not working? Okay, that was a bit of a struggle. I had to actually stand up and really push down on this. I haven't used it in quite some time. So I got all these flowers, and then I did one butterfly. So I'll do that with you. Hopefully this will work. Okay, so I'm standing up and I'm pushing it down. Okay, we got the butterfly. Let's get a couple more. So the best way to do this is really to stand up and use your entire body weight to get that to... This might not work. Did I get that? Yep, got it. Okay, here we go. Another one. As long as I'm doing this, I like to do a lot of them. There we go. And let's not waste this paper. Let's see if we can get anything out of the middle. So I'm just going to cut the, you know what, these are great stencils. So let's keep that. That would be a great stencil. And let's see if I can get in here. Get one more butterfly out. And yes, I did. I might be able to get one in here also. Let's see. Let's take that paper. Cut around here this way and see if we can get one more. Okay, let's go in here like this. And yes, we did. So we have plenty of, we have stencils, and we have the cutouts. So let's move this stuff to the side. So what I have now is this I got, it's a cutting board that I got from the dollar store. So I'm just going to turn it over so that you can see the butterfly. And you can use anything. You can use your markers, watercolor. I have some watercolor pencils I'm going to use, and I really like this set. I have another set. But I like the colors of the Stabilos, and I'm sorry I didn't get a bigger set. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play and color in these butterflies. This is a pretty easy, simple activity for anybody who just wants to do something easy, an easy activity. So I'm going to color this in, this butterfly. I'm going to make it all this pinky color. this morning I go out my front door. I live in a condo, and I see a cat, which absolutely kind of frightens me a little bit because I didn't expect that. And I went over to the poor thing, and she was, I'm assuming she's a she, I'm calling her a she. She's a grown cat, and she's so emaciated. She was like really like delirious when I opened the door. So I ran back in the house to get her some food. When I come out, she's gone. And I'm walking everywhere to try and find this poor cat to feed her. And I spoke to some neighbors, so we're all on the lookout for this poor thing. I walked everywhere looking for her. I can't imagine she got that far. And that was my morning. Okay, so I colored this in with one shade, one color. This is just a demonstration. You can do anything, any color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a brush. I'm going to add some water to it, and I'm just going to paint over the pencil. This is a simple activity that you can add to your journals if you like. And just color this in. And then we're going to let this one dry. Put this to the side and let it dry. Okay, let's wipe that off. All right, now let's take a flower, and we'll do orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color different areas with the orange Stabilo. And I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. It's from me coloring. And we'll put some here, there, and everywhere. And let's see how these are going to come out. It's kind of like an experiment. You're never going to know with art, you know, unless you're doing the same thing, you're learning a technique and then you master it, how it's going to come out. So we're just going to play. Then I'm going to take some lime green. And put that in there. And I'm just putting it, you know, here, there, and everywhere. Let's put some green in here too. Mix it in. And we'll see how this comes out. All right, let's get that pink again. Put that pink in there. You know, I'm always interested in knowing who is watching, where you're from. If you could just, you know, put a message in there, just tell me where you're from. I'd love to see who is watching. I'm from Florida, Bradenton. Let's do this. Let's go around this like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the water. We're going to get our brush again, wet it, and let's see what happens. as you can see, if you can see, it kind of brightens it a little bit more, and it spreads the color. I like that look. There we go. Let's play. I miss you guys. I haven't been on here in a while. I will be gone for 2 weeks from the 17th to the 28th. Okay, so we're going to let those dry. So now these are dry. I think what I'm going to do is add some orange to the pink. I'm going to go in here like this and just in different areas, just add that orange, give it a little bit more dimension. Let's do the eyes, the antennas rather, and we'll go around like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my water and my brush. I'm going to go and wet this down. Okay. And I'm going to dry it again. So now those are dry, and I'm going to take out a Stabilo pigment liner. And now what I'm going to do is just doodle. And you can do anything you like. Hold that there. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll go around like this and follow the outline like that. Do the same thing on this side. Follow the outline. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add some circles in here. Different size circles. Like that. There we go. And then we're going to put little eyes in the antennas. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Now, you might want to do more. What we could do is put little dots inside of the circles and see if that should give it a little bit more interest. Let's go to the other side. There we go. So we changed the butterfly from just a plain white butterfly to something a little bit more snazzy. So we'll put that to the side. And now we're going to work on this one. So we're going to start with a little spiral in the center. There. And then I'm going to bring this out like this and do some leaves. Like that. Bring another leaf out over here. And we'll do the same thing over here. And we'll do a third one coming up here, smaller one. There we go. Like that. And then we'll do it over here. Now, you might be saying to yourself, you know, I don't want to go out and buy one of these punches. You know, everything is expensive. So you can just make your own designs, cut them out with a scissor, paint them with anything. You can use watercolor, acrylic. I think I would use watercolor. Okay, so we did this, and now I'm going to put a dot in each one. Little dot. And just, you know, sporadically put them in different spots. Let's do this one. Okay, so now we have that. And you say, oh, is she finished? No. We're going to take out some distress ink. I have Distress Oxide Black, what is this, Black Soot. And I'm going to get one of these little paddle things. I don't remember what they're called. And I'm just going to go around and outline this little guy. And just give him a little bit more texture. Now, when you do something like this and you add it to your journal, you want to make sure you put a tissue over it, because sometimes this takes a little bit longer to dry, I notice. Just my personal experience. So now we changed the look to like that. I'm going to give this side a little bit more so it looks like that. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing with this. So what I'm going to do is bend one of the leaves out of the way. Move this leaf out of the way. So I would love to hear if you have another idea to do with these. Send me a message. You can even put these inside your little pockets if you want, you know, in your journals. Let's see, we'll do that. Okay, so now we have that, and we started with a blank cutout. We started blank like this, and we got that. And that's just one idea of many that you can do. So let's look at our book. Let's look at this journal and see, where do I want to put it? I've been doing a lot of these. A lot of them are done in watercolor. So I think we're back. I really like this and this. Let's go back here. And you know what? Let's put, I think a butterfly would look really cute right there. So let's get the glue. I'm using Fabrifix Permanent Fabric Adhesive by Fabrifix. Okay, so we're going to turn it over. I'm going to put some glue around there like that. And remember what I told you. You want to put at least a paper towel or something. Let me see. Do I have one? I do. I know I do. So I have paper towels all over the place. So I put a paper towel over it so that the distress ink doesn't go onto this side. So let's flip around and see. I think this would look nice over here. So that's where we're going to put it. And we get out the glue. And I just got another idea. Okay, so let's cover that glue so it doesn't dry up. So we're going to take this one and we're going to put it here. And now I'm thinking, I got a thought. So I just got a thought to use some glitter stickles. So we're just going to put a little bit of stickles in the center in a couple of different spots. I said center, but I went on the outside. Let's do it over here too. You know, you kind of get a little bit carried away with this stuff because it's pretty, it's sparkly, and it just adds a little pizzazz to your journals. And then when you go inside your journal and you look at it, it makes you feel really good. That's the whole purpose behind this. And we'll give you one more. Okay, so now I have to be super careful because this still needs time to dry, but this is what it looks like when you're just, you know, doing stamp cutouts and you're playing around. And then we'll show you this one over here, which I think I'm going to put stickles on also, but I don't want to do it right now. Yeah, I might as well do it right now for you because you're going to want to see it, right? Then I have to keep this up somehow. I'll figure it out. Okay, so let's go over here and put some stickles just in different spots like that. And remember, you don't need the punch out. You can always trace or freehand, you know, these shapes yourself. They're not that hard. Let's put some stickles in the middle where the body is. There we go. Okay, so I'll give you a close-up. So this is the butterfly close-up with the stickles, and this is the little flower with the stickles. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you want to get more ideas, and have an amazing day. Wish me luck. I hope I find that kitty. Bye-bye.